hand over the sample.
It'll be all over soon.
You don't know what you're up against.
I have a pretty damn good idea.
There, get out. Get out now!
Trust me.
I could just hear all the fans of the series screaming upon seeing that. Anyway, good evening, guys. Hope you all had a good work week. My name is Jager Newman. Welcome to the Game Reserve. I'm the warrior in these parts. And a lot of you guys probably noticed that I didn't do a live stream or even post a recording for you guys last week. Well, last weekend ended up being very busy for me. For starters, my mom just retired, so I wanted to celebrate that achievement with her. It also happened to be her birthday, so we had a double celebration. We celebrated her retirement on Friday, and then we celebrated her birthday on Sunday, so that was fun. And in addition to that, I've also met someone, and I don't know if anything's going to come out of it, but I would like to explore that. So my life is starting to get a little bit busier than it has been, so I'm probably not going to have as much time to do the live streams as I usually do, but I will make an effort to do them whenever I can. So stay tuned for that, and also be sure to check in every Saturday, because I am going to do my best to make sure I have videos recorded for you guys, so you can at least still get that same experience. So, tonight I got a double header for you. I'm going to cover Resident Evil 2, and I'm also going to cover a game from the most recent generation of consoles that I think will be in service of the recent release of Silent Hill 2. So, after this video, be sure to check that out. Okay, so the Resident Evil 2 remake. So, Resident Evil 2 was just a monster hit when it came out. And as I said when I looked at it not too long ago, that when I first played it, which was in 2014, I want to say, I didn't think very much of it at the time because I didn't like the tank controls, I didn't like the fixed camera angles or anything like that, and I was just unaccustomed to survival horror in general. And even though now I am a fan of the game, now that I have so many of those games under my belt and I've adjusted to all that stuff, Resident Evil 2 is still one of those games that has aged. So when Capcom put out the Resident Evil 1 remake in 2001, people almost immediately started asking him to do, Shinji Mikami to do Resident Evil 2 remake. But he just didn't have a whole lot of interest in doing it. For starters, Resident Evil 2 was still pretty fresh in people's minds. In fact, it was available on GameCube in its vanilla form. And not too long after Shinji Mikami finished the Resident Evil 2 remake, he began work on the Resident Evil 4, which, as you know, was just one hell of a development cycle. So he just didn't have time to do a full-on remake of Resident Evil 2. And in addition to that, Resident Evil 4 was just such a big hit that Capcom ended up shifting focus away from the horror aspects of Resident Evil in favor of just making a more straightforward action series. Now, I'm not here to debate whether or not Resident Evil 5 or Resident Evil 6 are good games. That's something for another time. But it is where the series was at the time. Capcom, for whatever reason, didn't think that fans wanted the survival horror anymore, even though survival horror was still what the fans were asking for. Fans didn't really like the direction that Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6 were going in. But then in 2014, I want to say, Resident Evil 7 came out, which brought the series back to its horror roots after a long time away from it, and basically created what is the first modern survival horror game. Basically taken all the gameplay elements that really brought the fear in the original Resident Evil games, but replacing the fixed camera angles and tank controls with more modern gameplay mechanics, and it was very successful. Resident Evil 7 was very popular, and recognizing that, and also the fact that there was still fan demand for it, even over a decade later, Capcom decided it's time. It is time for the Resident Evil 2 remake. And a lot of you guys probably know this, or at least those of you who've been watching my Gameology series, but I hold the Resident Evil 2 remake in very high regard. Even back then, when I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Resident Evil 2 game, I was really excited for the remake because while I didn't think highly of the original Resident Evil 2, I still saw a lot of greatness in it. I just wanted to see it redone with modern gameplay mechanics. And to say that Capcom knocked it out of the park with the remake it would be a complete understatement. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. As to what version of the game I'm going to be playing, I am going to be playing the Steam version of the game. When Resident Evil 2 first came out, it was marred with some optimization issues. You had to do a lot of screwing around with the physics and everything to get a stable frame rate and a clear picture. But now that the game has been out for several years now, most of that has been ironed out, so it now runs like greased lightning. So if you're going to play Resident Evil 2, I highly recommend the Steam version, though just about any version of this game is good. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. Did I ever even start the music here? Yeah. No, I want to go here. It does take a second for it to come up, though. I think I'll leave 3D audio off just for you guys. That looks good. Turn that down a little bit. I think my screen size is good. Do not care about RENet. And I said I'm going to play as Claire this time, so let's go ahead and do this.
Look, man, I'm serious, okay? I saw this with my own eyes.
Oh, I believe you, buddy. I believe you. Just tell us.
Yeah, that looks ugly, doesn't it?
Okay, well, it was last Friday night. I was walking home from the bar. And this
Though for whatever reason, him taking a bite of that does make me really hungry.
She was drunk.
Whoa. Okay, tell us, be honest now. How many drinks did you have?
And already you can just see a big jump in presentation with the graphics here. Like, these are almost photorealistic. The RE engine is always impressive, but I feel like RE2, even now with RE3 and RE4 remake out, this is still the best showcase of what the thing can do.
I haven't been able to sleep since that night.
All right, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Just, hey, you gotta stay strong, okay? Don't give in to fear out there, right?
Yeah, well, you got that right. If you freeze up around these things, it'll sink their teeth in you.
Oh, come on. Just getting good. I need some sleep.
Ain't that the truth? Oh! Damn, dude. And that facial expression, dude, that is a look of horror right there if I have ever seen one.
What am I gonna do?
Call the police and explain what happened.
Yeah. I'm almost there.
You know, riding a motorcycle like that is generally discouraged.
You know me, I'll be fine. Sounds good. I'll be back.
You shouldn't be riding out of the rain like that.
I will, but I gotta go. Why does everyone think I'm gonna get in trouble?
And I love Claire's new design here. I mean, that is just a great update from the original.
Hello?
Now we get into the gameplay, so obviously the big addition is that now the game uses analog controls and a full 3D camera. Now, I remember a lot of people taking issue with that when this game first came out because a lot of people feel that the tank controls are necessary, but tank controls and fixed camera angles are necessary, but again, if you saw my Gameology series, I explained why that is not the case. Resident Evil 2 still operates just as a survival horror game should, despite the fact that it now uses a modern camera and fluid analog controls.
Hello?
One thing I've always said about a lot of zombie-related media, these days, like, it seems they have to operate under the impression that movies like Night of the Living Dead and Zombieland don't exist. And again, showing off the graphics a great deal. I mean, those are some really good lighting effects. Like, with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox, lighting effects started to get less and less impressive, but these are actually really good. Clearly something going on in there. How do I get in there? Oh. Okay, I don't want to approach this guy, but...
Wait here. I'll check it out.
This isn't gonna end well. And this whole section wasn't in the original game either. Resident Evil 2, it does make some slight changes to the overall narrative, but the general premise is still the same. It's not like they've done a disservice in any way. Oh boy. Man, that is gory. And I do not like the way you are looking at me.
Damn it.
You also have modern aiming too. Again, just like I said, basically taking the mechanics of Resident Evil 4 and applying survival horror to it. It works just fine. You do not need the tank controls. You do not need the fixed camera angles.
What the hell?
And now the door is locked. Okay. Yeah, earlier I took a shot at that guy's head. Rule number 3, I think it is, the Zombieland, the double tap. In fact, might seem a little unhinged, but I'd rather the guy not get back up and come after me. I may have put myself in a bad spot. I'm not sure how much ammo I have now. Only 4 shots. This isn't going to be good.
No way.
Oh, come on. Okay, it's time to get the F out of Dodge. I remember when this game came out, a lot of people complained that the zombies don't die with one hit if you shoot them in the head. But a lot of people don't realize that with the abundance of zombie media that has come out over the years, we've kind of gotten used to them, so it's hard to make zombies scary anymore.
Like a nightmare.
Making them tougher like that, I think, was a smart move. Whoa! Leon!
Get down!
Though it is a little strange that Leon was able to kill that zombie in one hit.
We gotta get out of here.
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Really should.
What did I say last time? Out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Come on! Get in! Hold on.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well,
That's Chris
we'll find each
Redfield
other.
from the first game, for the
I
record.
don't know what to expect anymore.
Home of Umbrella. That's concerning. It seemed like every game from this time period needed to have a Walking Dead or Netflix series style intro like this. I think after this game came out, they actually did put out another Resident Evil movie. This time attempting to be close to the games, focusing on Leon, Jill, and all those characters as opposed to whatever the hell the original movie series was about. But they didn't do a very good job with it because, for whatever reason, filmmakers just cannot get video game movies, right? It hasn't been until recently that we finally started to get some good ones. And I've always liked the modern Resident Evil logo. It's just still very bold, and I like that they highlight the RNE, since that's typically what the series is referred to as these days, RE.
You were advised to take shelter at the Raccoon City Police Station. Free food and medical supplies will be provided to everyone in need.
God, this is so unreal.
Police station's not much farther. They'll know something.
Yeah, but what if we're the only ones? What if there's no survivors?
No, there's survivors. It's a big city. There has to be.
Looks like Chicago.
Looks like we're walking from here.
Oh boy.
More like running.
Yeah, good call.
Leon, we gotta back up.
That might not be the best idea.
What the?
Holy shit. There, get out. Get out now! Hold on!
Once again, it's the same thing that happened in the first Resident Evil 2 game. But, you know, slightly different. I like it. Okay, so she got thrown off her feet by an explosion and then was thrown against a car that dented the door and broke the window. She should be deaf right now and possibly have a broken spine.
Yeah, I'm alright.
For a game that prides itself on playing as vulnerable characters, you do see your characters go through a lot of stuff, don't you? Yeah, that's horrifying.
I'll meet you at the station.
F no.
Can't stop.
So yeah, here's an example of a section of the game that is just 100% better compared to the original game. In the original RE, when you're running through this section of the series, it wasn't uncommon to run right into the arms of a zombie because, like, they would be right in your path as the camera cuts. But here, that's not an issue, and I appreciate that because it made no sense in the original Resident Evil 2 that would happen, considering you were in this large outdoor environment. It was almost like Leon or Claire weren't paying attention to where they were going. It was stupid. And also, I can just take a look at everything. I mean, I know people are attached to the fixed camera angles, but there are benefits to going to this kind of camera system. I much prefer this over the fixed camera angles. A game with fixed camera angles can work. I mean, the original Resident Evil 2, it hasn't aged to the point where it's not a fun game to play, but I would just much rather play this over that. And man, just looking up at the Raccoon City Police Department sign right there, that's just ominous. It's like out there isn't much better, but considering I played this game before, it's not much better here, especially considering that this place is empty when it said that there was someone here. So, yeah, we are not in a good spot so far. Got some more ammo, though, so that's good.
Come on, Chris. Where are you?
Well, there's Leon.
Oh shit. They're inside too.
David, Marvin.
Oh, wait. No, that's not Leon.
I found a way out. It's in here.
Back up, dude. What are you...
Send reinforcements. East hallway.
You're a freaking police officer, dude.
I should help this guy.
Good on you, Claire. But first, let's see if there's anything here I can make use of. Doesn't look like there's anything in there for now, aside from some deluxe weapons. And I just want to save to keep track of my time, since I don't have a clock to look at the moment. Can't go that way yet. Okay, I think I needed to go this way. Ooh, first aid spray, I want that. And like in the original game, you still have limited inventory, so it's not like you can carry so much supplies with you that you feel invincible, like you often could in Resident Evil 4 and especially Resident Evil 5 and 6. Oh man, look at all that blood. This is a great idea, Claire.
Where are you?
Yeah, and another thing that people always say about fixed camera angles as opposed to the full 3D camera. with the fixed camera angle, you can direct the player's attention towards scares. You can't do that with the 3D camera. Fair, but with the full 3D camera, you can fully immerse players into a haunting environment, kind of like what we have here.
Focus, Claire. Focus.
Something very bad has, of course, happened here. Might be off track, but it's always good to check for supplies. Doesn't look like there's anything of value in here. I want to double tap that guy. Guess there was something of value. And like just being able to turn on the light switch, that's just a little bit of immersion as well. Put your back into it, Chief. Anything of interest over here? Oh, that's real nice. Ooh, first aid spray. Want that. I also like how you don't have the loading doors in Resident Evil. While that built tension in its own way, with the way this is, it more feels like one big continuous gameplay loop, which, you know, again, is good for the experience.
Oh my god.
Open up! Hurry! Open up! Open this goddamn door!
Where's that coming from? Oh, there.
I'm here!
Open the door! Hurry up! Hurry up! Open it!
Here, give me your hand!
Help me!
Hold on! Give me your other hand!
Ooh. What is up? What is behind that door? Jeez, dude. Really up the gore, that's for sure. Ugh. Look at that detail. Yeah, so just telling you how to get out of here. And I like that it's drawings like that. It means you have to think about it a little bit more. Huh? Oh, crap. Between a rock and a hard place. Okay, not gonna double tap that guy because I don't have the ammo to waste on that. Things I've clearly gotten out of hand here, so it's time to just book it and run. Crap. Past! Oh. Yeah! Get him, Claire. Move it! I keep thinking that the run button is L for some reason. I really hate it when games map it to clicking the stick. That's bad. Put it to one of the shoulder buttons. It's better.
all right?
Yeah.
You're safe. For now.
Foreshadowing.
Marvin Branagh.
If you guys remember the original Resident Evil 2,
Obviously, someone
this
taught
was
you
the
well.
guy who told Leon
Yeah.
about what was
know how to
happening in
take
the
care of
city.
myself.
He had a very minor role in that game, but here you get to talk to him a little bit more, which makes his eventual turn into a zombie a little heartbreaking.
So nobody knows what caused this?
There's a lot of theories. But all I know for sure is that this place is crawling with zombies.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Hey, keep that on. Just in case.
I'm not gonna be around long. Once I find Chris, we're out of here.
You really Chris's sister?
Yeah. Why? Did you find something?
He's on vacation. Europe, I think. Left weeks ago.
Vacation? It's great news.
Well, I've got more for you. Looks like there might be a way out through this secret passageway.
Good. Hey. Hey, we should
And
probably
he's
get you all
already
some-
looking bad.
Forget about me. I can take care of myself.
No. Don't be ridiculous. You're gonna
Yeah, I
need some
love the
help.
Listen,
detail
Claire.
here.
Save yourself. So you can see your brother again. Now, you'll probably need this.
No, I'm not taking that. You're gonna...
And be careful. If you see one of those things, no matter who they were, you can't hesitate. Take them out if you can. Or you run.
Like, I'm usually against photorealism in video games because I feel it's just eventually going to date the game, as is the case with the original Resident Evil. But, you know, the presentation here must be commended. The facial expressions, the level of detail with the gore, and the fact that they've maintained the art style of the Raccoon City Police Department and everything. It's just an extremely well-crafted game. Outstanding work. Okay, so now we got a knife. We can move forward a little bit more. Let's go save so that I can get a grasp of where I am on time. Okay, I actually can't do that. Here, let me just exit out to the desktop real quick. Okay, so I've been playing for about 30 minutes now. My phone is on the charger. I'm trying to get some juice in it before Event Slayer today, so that's why I don't have it with me right now. But now that we got a knife, we can go through here. And I think they took this from Resident Evil 7. Needing a knife to get through that tape because apparently it's too hard to just peel it off with your hands. And again, people who played the original Resident Evil 2 probably recognize this part right here. Alright, my inventory is starting to get filled up a little bit, so I'm going to dump some of the items I have so I have more room. So, for now, and that should do me. It's nice that you can easily go back and forth between your weapons. Again, you have the same fluid controls you would have in an action game, but with the limited resources, the very specific aiming you have, how you have to wait a second for your crosshair to line up, it still works as a survival horror game. Again, you don't need the fixed camera angles, and you don't need the tank controls. And here's a scene that I've shown off plenty of times in my Gameology series.
Rescue heading east. The river's down at RPG
Yeah, that is haunting.
What? Who's there?
And this is actually one of the sections of the game that really plays with players' expectations, because if you played the original game, what is supposed to happen here is that the liquor is supposed to come at you, but it doesn't. So they do mix things up, and that's so that they can still surprise players who are already familiar with Resident Evil 2. It's a good call on their part. Oh, hell. Yeah, so over the course of the game, you can actually find boards in the building as well that you can use to board up the windows to keep zombies from getting in. Though you only have so much, so you really gotta pick and choose. Again, really taking advantage of the survival aspects of the game, as they should in a survival horror game. And right here, this is just... it's still the same stuff that you get from the journals in the original game. Oh, and look at that. They can come in here too. And I have backed myself into a corner, so it looks like I'm going to have to take this one out.
Son of a bitch. Oh, fuck.
Double tap. Okay, so can't go that way yet. And more zombies will eventually funnel through there, so I really do need to find some boards to, board that up. Doesn't appear like there's anything this way, though. It's been a while since I played this, and I typically, when I do these videos, I try to play it throughout the week so I can, refresh my thoughts on the game. So if I appear like I'm meandering, that's kind of because I am. I'm not as well prepared as I typically would. Alright, so let's go this way. I like how Jill has a different weapon out of the gate from Leon. Leon has his typical sidearm, but I like that Claire's is like an old Smith & Wesson revolver. It's fitting. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm hearing all kinds of little ambient sounds. Can't go that way either. Hope I didn't miss something back where I was. But there's some more ammo, so this wasn't a wasted trip. I remember when I was playing this with the MLG Panda when it first came out, because she loves watching me play horror games. She would, we had something of an inside joke where I always get really excited when I would find ammo, because, like, it just makes you feel just that tiny bit safer when you find it. But it never lasts too long, because you end up using that ammo sooner rather than later. Got another plant here. I'm going to mix that together. And I really should have gotten rid of this key right here because that's for back at the gas station. I'm not going to be using that. In fact, that's something else I really like. If you've used it, like, wherever it can go, you get a check mark by it, and you can actually discard it, so... Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that. I don't need it anymore. Just a little bit of world building.
Turns a museum into a police station.
Somebody weird, I betcha. Definitely no one with evil intentions. Not going that way either. Maybe I did miss something in that hall. And he'll be there throughout the game, and it's an interesting idea because while he's there, it's both comforting but also a little disturbing because you never know if the next time you walk by he's finally going to turn into a zombie. It's great. Alright, there's gotta be something I missed here. Yeah, you still got the marks from the liquors there. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. I got so hung up on that zombie, I didn't notice the yellow tape. Yeah, even in the undead, he still wants his frickin' Snickers. Okay, buddy, you keep doing that. I'm just gonna slip on by. You just do you. I got no beef with you. So I think that was intended to show you that you don't have to kill every zombie, which is good. Here are these boards I was talking about. And I am going to board up this window because I will be coming back to this safe room very frequently, so... Kinda disappointed it doesn't have the save music, though. Okay, let's see where we're at on time. Okay, moving right along, still got about 20 minutes. And on higher difficulties, you actually do need ink ribbons in order to use the typewriters, so that's something. Okay, so yeah, I can't keep track of my time like that. I don't think I need anything in there. We're gonna combine that, though. And we need to see if there's anything in here that I can use. Oh wait, I wanted that. And just like in the previous game, you can develop a film here. And taking a page from Resident Evil 3, you'll find gunpowder throughout the facility that you can use to combine into ammunition. Fortunately, I don't think I can use that right now, so I'm just going to put that in the storage bin. Typically, I'm against crafting in a survival horror game because I would much rather just have the ammo already be made and out in the facility. But I realized playing this again that it does give you a manner of choice because there are different types of gunpowder that you can mix and match. And it'll give you different effects depending on what you use. So you have a level of choice of what ammo you want. Critical. There's no reliable way to get that headshot, but it is still satisfying when you manage to pull it off. Oh, crap. Oh, it's so crunchy. And again, it's just deeper than how the combat is in the original game as well, because all the combat in the original Resident Evil 2 boiled down to is retreating to a safe distance and just firing with your gun and hoping that whatever is coming at you dies before it reaches you. Now, there were certain tricks that you could use with certain weapons, but again, it was still... Wah! Just to be on the safe side. I can't remember the code to that. Is it in one of my... And it's much easier to flip through your records as well. Doesn't look like there's anything in there that I can use. Ammunition for the grenade launcher, I'm going to grab that for now, because it will be useful. Portable safe. And it's just like a little mini puzzle, let's see. So the idea is to make all the buttons line up. So... Ugh. Crap. Had it there for a second. Again, inventory items. One thing that they didn't improve from the original Resident Evil game is that, you know, your inventory can still get filled up with, you know, inventory puzzle items. I kind of wish they had kept that in a separate inventory and just cut down on a few of the inventory slots and just had those be filled up by health, ammo, and stuff like that. That way you don't constantly have to backtrack to the safe room to clear out your inventory, which is what I have to do now. And even though the corpses hang around, they don't turn into crimson heads like they did in the original game. At least I don't think they do. Yeah, he can break through a reinforced window, but he can't get through some boards. At least I assume that window is reinforced. It is a police station, after all. Okay, so I'm gonna store these. This as well, and I don't know where to use that yet, so just gonna leave that there. Save to check the time. Got about 15 minutes left on the stream. So we'll go ahead and we'll head upstairs. Oh yeah, I blew his head off. No need to double tap. And again, it's just fun to look at all the details of this place. More ammo, always exciting. Oh, well, that's a little concerning. Yeah, makes me think of Silent Hill 2 with the mannequins. Got our first key. Spade. Let's continue forward.
What was that?
And again, if you design the environment well, you can still get those same scares that you got with the fixed camera angles. I know I keep harping on that, but I just get so tired of people saying that. You do not need the fixed camera angles, for crying out loud. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Need some, get the boards. That's not creepy at all. More gunpowder. Probably old stuff from the museum. It's the way I came in. Yeah, that is the way I came in. This is something else I really like about the Resident Evil 2 remake. The rooms will actually change colors on the map, and that's an indication to you that there's still something in the room that you need to investigate, which makes it easier to keep track of where objectives are. They even put these handy-dandy little markers in there to tell you where important stuff is, so it's a lot harder to get lost in the Resident Evil 2 remake, which is great. Sounds like something's moving in here. Getting some more inventory space already. Some guy's scribblings. Telling you what to do. You need some C4 to get in there, I believe. Or at least you need to find the detonator. Which I unfortunately don't have right now. A lot of people say, can't you just shoot the thing? Actually, no. C4 is very stable. You actually need a detonator in order to get it to set off. I remember watching Deadliest Warrior. They actually tossed a hunk of it to the host. And they did so knowing full well it wasn't going to blow up in his face.
It's Marvin. How fast can you get back here?
Why? What's up?
I've got something to show you. It's important.
All right, I'm on my way.
Okay, so if I remember the layout correctly, should be a door I can go through over here. Ah! Unless that happens. Get off. Again, I got confused. I keep thinking that run is L for some reason. Okay, this isn't the way I want to go. Might be a good time to pop some health. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold off on that. Ah, crap. Okay, now I'm gonna use my health. Just like in the previous game, if you let your health get too low, your character will start to limp, so you want to keep that from happening. I don't think the zombie is going to come through that door. I know they burst through the one earlier, but they don't always do that.
There you are. Come here.
What is it?
Take a look.
Oh my god, he made it!
You know him?
Yeah, it's Leon. Kennedy, I think?
The rookie. Thought he looked familiar. You can make it to that courtyard. The second floor, east side.
Okay. Thanks, Marvin. I'm on it.
See where we're at on time. I think there would be a good place to stop. Okay, so the Resident Evil 2 remake. This is still a fantastic game. I know it might seem like I'm having a little bit of trouble with it, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast sometimes. I didn't have a chance to really get familiar with this game again before doing this video. But again, I still see everything that I wanted to see in the game when it was coming out. Like, just all the gameplay enhancements that they throw into this game, in addition to just little tweaks that they made to the story and characters and presentation. All that presentation, man. It, to me, still is the peak of the survival horror genre. Like, if I ever explain the genre to someone, this is always the game I use as an example. I always say, you want to know what a survival horror game is? This is a survival horror game. So if you want an introduction to the genre, this is the one I recommend the most. But that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Actually, that's not going to be the case, because I am playing another game, aren't I? So join me over in the next video if you guys so desire. I'll see you over there.